Hey everyone, I'm in Channahon, Illinois today, and I'm checking out a very sad case of a lady and her 3 kids that were murdered by the husband. This is all about the Vaughn family murders. Now I'm walking through this neighborhood and gonna be reaching kind of like a frontage road once I get out of the neighborhood. And I'm going to show you guys exactly where Christopher Vaughn killed his family. Now, before I get into the full story, Chris does maintain his innocence. And so, obviously, take that with a grain of salt. For all the evidence and everything that I've read, it does sound like Christopher was the one who committed the murders. But anyway, let's get into the story. And we're going to walk and eventually get to the actual murder location. So Christopher Vaughn, again, was married to a woman named Kimberly, and as I said, they had 3 kids who were Abigail, who was 12, Cassandra, who was 11, Blake, who was 8. Now Kimberly was 34 years old at the time of the murders. Now, the actual murders themselves occurred in the early morning hours of June 14th, 2007. The entire family left to go to a water park in Springfield, Illinois. They left their home from a town called Oswego. Now, around 5:15 or so in the morning, a motorist noticed Chris Vaughn limping as he had 2 bullet wounds, one on his left wrist and one on his left leg. Now the motorist asked him, like, are you okay? Did you get into a crash, or, you know, like what happened? And Christopher said, no, I think my wife shot me. Now, Kimberly and the 3 children were inside the van. Again, all 3 of them had suffered fatal bullet wounds. The children had been shot twice, and Kimberly had been shot once with a gunshot wound under her chin. Now, the gun used in the murders, it actually belonged to Christopher, and it was actually sitting on the floor at Kimberly's feet. Now again, a witness there at the scene stated that they recalled Chris saying that his wife had pulled the trigger. However, Christopher couldn't really recall any details of what actually happened. Now, Chris was brought to the police station after, of course, being treated at the hospital. And he was interviewed for nearly 14 hours. He returned several more times for interviews with police. He told investigators that he remembered Kim asking him to pull over on that frontage road, which again is where we're leading to, where we're walking to right now. Chris said that Kimberly told him that she was sick, kind of feeling nauseous. The nausea was brought on by her migraine headaches, and she was taking 2 different kinds of medication. I'll probably butcher the names, but I think they're pronounced nortriptyline and Topamax. Chris continued telling the investigators that he remembered pulling off, parking in front of a cell phone tower on the frontage road. He continued saying that he got out to check the tires. He got back into the vehicle and noticed that his leg was bleeding, but he again claimed he had no memory of him or his entire family being shot. Investigators, of course, continued asking him. They thought, well, did Kimberly shoot you and the kids?" And he said there was no way that she could have hurt the kids. Now, of course, police did not buy any of his story, and they ended up charging him with 4 counts of first-degree murder. The case eventually went to trial in August 2012, so 5 years after the murders. Now, the prosecution argued that his version of events, again, did not match the forensic evidence that was found. The prosecution claimed that Chris had killed a family as he was frustrated with Kimberly and wanted to live off-grid in the Canadian wilderness. Now, there's several people that Chris had kind of made friends with that seemed to agree with the prosecution's theory. In the months preceding the murders, Chris had corresponded with an individual who lived kind of in the Ottawa woods. And Chris had also taken a trip to the Yukon territories in May 2007. So not that long before the murders took place. Chris had asked that correspondence if he could help him fake his own death so that Kim could collect the insurance. So Chris and of course Kimberly and the kids, they were driving their van same way I am right now, and they would have pulled in right here to this cell phone tower. And look, there's a couple crosses, so this definitely confirms this is where the murders happened. Now, Chris was found guilty in court and sentenced to 4 consecutive life sentences. To this day, he still proclaims his innocence. There's many different groups, I think one called like the Innocence Project, that is trying to get him out of prison. Now again, from everything that I read, all the articles, all the reports and stuff, it just leads me to believe that the police were right, that Chris murdered his family. The defense continued to argue that Kimberly's medication that she was taking kind of changed her mood to almost like a depression or suicidal type tendency. And so they believe that that is what triggered this entire shooting, and that Kimberly, the wife, was the one who killed everyone. Now, other evidence at the scene was a jacket that Chris had worn. There was 2 bullet holes in the jacket, one in the front kind of pocket area and one on the side of the chest. And prosecution stated that if Chris was wearing that jacket, he wouldn't be alive today, meaning that those 2 bullet holes in the jacket were in places where if you were wearing that jacket and you got shot in those areas, you would be dead. So they think that Chris actually used that jacket to silence the gun as he was shooting the children. So in other words, he wrapped the gun in the jacket and then pulled the trigger, killing his kids. So he used the jacket as like a muffling device. Combine that with the fact that Chris's 2 injuries, his gunshot wounds, looked self-imposed. His left wrist and like left leg, both of them looked self-imposed. So it really does seem like Chris was the one who committed the murders. I can't visit Kim or the kids' graves as it's in Missouri, kind of far away, and I'm on the complete opposite side of Illinois right now. The 3 kids, they had nothing to do with any of this. They were just the innocent party, the innocent bystanders, if you will. I'm gonna head out of here. It's been a long day. Anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys soon.